All right, Twin City Sports, we back with another interview. This one we've been wanting for a while. Tell us what's your name and where you from.
Tameron Ferguson. I'm from St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Sure. All right, man. So I know you play basketball. Clearly, that's why you're here. Growing up, did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I played football growing up all over the Twin Cities.
You played all over the Twin Cities?
Yeah, I played with Powell, Brooklyn Park, all that.
Oh, okay. What position you play when you play football?
I played quarterback.
Quarterback? Gotta lead the show, huh?
Yeah.
Point guard, quarterback, gotta lead it.
What made you kind of get out of football? What made basketball became like was there a certain time in your age where you're like, you know what, I'm about to just do basketball instead, or was basketball always there?
Nah, football was really what I liked more, but then I ended up getting hurt. I hurt my knee, and then 2020 was COVID, and then it started cold, and I'm like,
right.
Nah.
So you were junior high around that time?
Yeah, junior high, yeah.
Okay.
Middle school.
Nice. So what was growing up, obviously you're a good basketball player, so for good basketball players, there's always that moment growing up where you I'm ahead of the pack, or you just know you better than your peers, essentially. So when was that moment for you?
I necessarily don't think I had a moment. I feel like I was always striving with my peers and stuff like that, so I feel like I really haven't had a moment yet where I was like, oh, I'm better than everyone.
Right. And yeah, we were looking at your stats, and we didn't find freshman year because we knew you were at St. Cloud Tech. So where were you at freshman year in high school?
Yeah, freshman I was at ICO, and then I played
JV.
ICO? Yeah, I went to ICO.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
And then your brother went there too?
Yeah, he went there to, I think, junior year of high school.
Okay. Yeah. And then y'all went to St. Cloud. So what was that transition like from ICO to St. Cloud Tech, and how that happened?
I mean, I liked it a lot. Obviously, my dad got the head coaching job, and it made it easier for us to obviously get up and leave and go try something new, and obviously worked out in our favor.
I mean, was staying at ICO an option, or dad got the job, so you going Pops?
It really wasn't no option.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you, man. My pops would got that job. I would have been out of there too. We're out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, we were looking at the stats, and St. Cloud Tech, the year before y'all came, they only won 4 games.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then next year, your sophomore year, it was a 20-win season.
Yeah. Correct.
So y'all turned it around completely
right away.
Right away. Talk about that even. What was it like to be part of a turnaround like that and playing with your dad?
Yeah, I couldn't complain. Obviously, playing with my brother for his last year, he had a great year. And we had a good team, and it just needed some pieces around them to make it all come together. So I feel like that was what we came to do.
Okay. So, yeah, we had 19-10. We got written down here. And then junior year, 17-11 record. Senior year, 19-10 record. So, yeah, when do you feel like you made that biggest jump in your high school career development-wise?
I think junior year summer, after I got hurt in AAU, I kind of took it more personal going to my senior year and knowing what I had to prove to everyone to try to get opportunity at the next level.
Junior summer, what happened?
I hurt my knee in AAU. Just had a
Who'd you play for?
I played for D1 that year.
D1. That's how everybody plays. That's I know when we were in high school, it was like Howard Pulley was the top. It seems like D1 is took over that space almost. It's crazy, man. But playing just AAU, doing all that, who was some of the toughest players you played against during your AAU career?
Yeah, growing up, it was always the Spartans. Me, Will Roman, all them going at it, Cash. I feel like that team, that was the guys we was always competing with.
Yeah, absolutely. So, talk about your scoring as well, because you're a legendary scorer in Minnesota lore, right? So, your senior year alone, you was averaging 35. And just that season,
that's crazy.
Just that season, you scored 1,000 points.
Casually 35. My bad.
I feel you. Let me put some more respect on it for sure. 35 points a game. No, but honestly, everybody be striving to get 1,000 in their career, and you scored 1,000 just that season. You had nearly 800 the season before, 800 points. So just talk about that scorer's mentality. How'd you get that in you? How'd you develop that skill? Just talk about being a scorer.
Yeah, obviously sophomore year, I was more of the facilitator of the team, obviously getting everyone involved, playing with my older brother. He was a scorer. And I knew what role I needed to step into going to my junior year. So then that year I was averaging 30. But I look back on the year, we were losing people, and I'm like, there's no way I can't go out and get 40 a night. So then I just tried to get 40 a night, and then every night, once I seen it the first game, I had 50-something. I'm like, I might as well try to average something crazy this year.
What was your career high in high school?
53.
53. Who's that against?
Ricori.
Ricori, okay.
53 is crazy.
Yeah, that's Ricori. That's Eric Decker's old school. Didn't some pro athlete come out of Ricori back in the day?
That might be way back.
He said, I'll be honest, but I ain't even gonna
Damn, so you being a scorer like that, I know you probably watch NBA, you watch the game. who are some players who you feel like your game kind of resembles when it comes to your scoring style?
Yeah, I like to watch a lot of Tyrese Maxey and kind of like small guards, the Tameron brothers, people like that fit my archetype. And then in college, I obviously watch like Jaden Bradley, the people who could facilitate and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. That's because numbers you putting up. Like I think I watched one of your highlights and I was like, wait, scores. It's almost like I don't know if you know a guy named Kevin Martin. He used to play in the NBA. He played with Sacramento Kings
And the Wolves even.
and he did play for us for a little bit. Yeah, like. How effortless you score, that's kind of how it looks. I'm like, you don't even seem like you're trying. Like, you just come natural. Like, oh, you're in the way? Okay, this is a bucket right here. You in the way, get out the way. So, shout out to you for that, for sure.
Very composed.
Yeah, for sure. So, what was like the biggest game that you feel like you played in your high school career?
I think Alexandria going to state my sophomore year.
Was
Chase Thompson?
Yeah, I was gonna say was he there?
He was a freshman at the time.
Okay.
That was like the most meaningful game to obviously get to state and stuff like that.
What kind of made that game more meaningful for you? If you can get more detailed about it.
I mean, St. Cloud, they haven't been to state in forever, and like that first year to get to state as my brother's last year, my dad's first year, my first year on varsity, just meant a lot.
Yeah,
that's like
it's like movie moments.
Yeah,
they make movies out of that. Yeah, no, for sure. That's good.
What was it like being such a young player but having a big role on a good team? And did you at that time have confidence as a sophomore that you could play on that level? You were already confident, or was it something where you didn't know how it was going to go?
Yeah, I honestly didn't know how it was going to go, but I embraced it throughout the year with the ups and downs, just learning. Obviously, I knew I wasn't where I wanted to be, so it was just taking it day by day.
Right.
So like, high school and all that, when did you started like picking or deciding what college you wanted to go to? Because I'm sure, you was getting to it early. You probably were getting different offers from different colleges. So like what kind of was like made you pick Augustana?
Yeah, Augustana was low-key one of my only two offers. So
Really?
I picked up one offer in junior summer from Moorhead.
St. Thomas or U of M didn't reach out? Yeah, we have this thing here where we interview a lot of players from like Minnesota, like football players. I remember, I don't know if you know who Meyer Sweeney is. He was like one of the top receivers here a couple years, like 2 years ago. Played for Edina. Yep. He's at Cal now, and like a lot of these dudes, we asked them like, did U of M even reach out? And they're like, no, like they never reached out. So that's one thing we are trying to understand, like what's going on, because all of our in-home talent kind of goes somewhere else always. I know you're still technically home, but the fact that they didn't reach out was kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I picked up obviously one offer junior year, but they gave me like a timetable to commit.
Oh.
And I wasn't ready to commit.
As a junior?
They wanted me to commit before
like fully commit?
Fully commit before my senior
that's
year.
crazy.
I'm gonna play it out.
What school was that?
Moorhead.
Moorhead. Oh, it's Moorhead. Okay.
Moorhead State, the Dragons?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Maybe we're trying to lock you down early. Like, just say you got it so that way we can hold on to this forever. But you made the right choice. What came into like the actual, was it just because Augustana wanted you the most, or was it more like when you visited the campus? Was it the coach, the philosophy, the system? What kind of made you make that be your final decision?
Yeah, it was a first year coach and the belief he put in me. He was me one of my only offers going late into my senior year, and it was a no-brainer. And then he offered my brother and wanted us to play together, so we went there both together.
Package deal, yeah. Did the same thing, yeah.
Nah, that's love. We're gonna get back to that, but for first year coach, and he used to be a former player at Augie, right? I think he helped them win a national. No, he was before the national championship.
His brother helped him.
Yeah. So fun fact, I actually went to Augustana too. I played football and ran track down there, but so I know kind of what it's like. But tell the people what it's like in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Is that some place you ever seen yourself being, and what was that experience like?
I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, if you're looking to go party or go to a college town, that's not the place for you. But if you're about your business and you want to go somewhere where it's nice, people are welcoming, that's the place for you then.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this little bit, your career at Augie. So you came in freshman year right away. You was playing, averaged about 10 points, something like that.
Yep.
But you made an impact, right? So that's the important thing. And then you come back this past season as a sophomore, and you averaging 20 points a game, 6 assists, 5 boards. So you stuff in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Just walk us through both of those years and what it was like. First, talk about your freshman year, and then talk about what it was like this year.
Yeah, first year was definitely a learning curve for me. Obviously, this was like my real first time playing for someone that wasn't my dad as my coach. It's like being not the guy, so to say, was different for me. So I was learning to adapt into a new role, which I obviously learned later down the road. And then going into sophomore year, I knew what it took to get to the level I wanted to reach. And I already seen the league for 1 year. I knew everyone was graduating. I was like, it's the perfect time for me to go kill the league and do what I could do. So that's how ultimately it led for this year.
And did you pretty much have the green light from your coach this year?
Yeah, we got like a whole new coaching staff, and they all like played or coached in the NBA. So like they kind of had the ball knowledge to put me in the right positions this year.
Who kind of like did you work with like a specific trainer going into like the off season for this year, or like who'd you work with? Were you just there at the school, or did you have like a specific trainer?
I was kind of back home with my dad, and then Tank, he's our kind of like freshman coach for St. Cloud Tech when I was there. So me and him was in the gym every day, twice a day, every day.
So you probably put in your 20,000 hours twice already then with that.
Probably.
So let's talk about you kind of transferring. I know you hit the transfer portal. You're going to Arkansas State.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats. Yeah, shout out to you for that. For sure. We definitely going to be watching. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing we trying to do more. Like the players that we interviewed or covered in high school, we want to make sure that we still following them in their college career. Yeah. So what kind of went into that? Like, and it just kind of explained the portal in itself. You know, it's a new thing.
Yeah, a lot of speculation, but you've been through it. So,
exactly. You've been through it. So, just kind of, talk about that if you can.
Yeah, so obviously you put your name into the portal. You go tell, like, your athletic director and, like, the higher-ups that you want to enter your name. Mm-hmm. You enter your name, and then, like, after 3 days, like, the coaches, like, they have, like, you pinned maybe or, like, what they're looking for and their specific needs. So, like, there's an app called Synergy. Like, everything pops up, like, how you shoot the ball, how you turn over the ball. So, like, coaches have you pinned or, like, favorited. So, once you hit the portal, like, your name appears on everyone's list.
That's technical.
That's technical. Yeah, so, like, the moment you put it in, you said 3 days after?
Yeah, it's, like, it depends. Like, it could be one day, it could be a few hours, it could be 3 days.
How are they reaching out? Is it, like, email or is it, like, a certain thing? Or they calling?
Nah, they call you.
They just
like,
call you?
You have your number, like, attached to your Synergy, and they just call you. Or, like, most people have agents going up to the next level, so.
So before you chose Arkansas State, did you receive calls from other coaches or anything, other schools?
Yeah, my phone, when I hit the portal, I had it was nonstop. And especially, I ain't never been through that process, so I was taking everyone's call. Yeah. And, like, not even the meaningful ones. I'm like, dang, another hour call for somewhere I know
I'm not going to go.
Yeah. But you took those calls just to show your character and, like, respect people's time and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, like, the first few days. And then I obviously broke my list down and kind of knew where I wanted to head with this thing.
Yeah, what was some other schools? What was that list looking like?
I was going to say,
Yeah, for me, I'm a big relationship guy. So it's really like between Arkansas State and Washington State.
I got it. Yep. All right, and then, so what schools were on that list? Or, sorry, let me do that again. All right, so, what schools were on your list?
My top 8 came down to Arkansas State, Washington State, Texas State, Colorado State, Carolina, East Carolina, Akron. I think like 2 more that I can't think of off the top of my
Washington State. Is that where Isaiah Thomas went?
He did Washington. Klay Thompson went to Washington State.
Klay Thompson? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the list right there. So that's interesting, though. But you say you were a loyalty guy, so that probably made your decision easier. But just having that many schools, was it difficult at any point to whittle it down even?
In the first, like, week and a half, it was kind of confusing, hearing from everyone. Everyone had a good pitch. But then, like, Arkansas State came into play. They were there from day one. And, like, the head coach pushed himself out there. Like, we had a blizzard, and they flew out and came see me and my family. Just for, like, 45 minutes to grab some food and flew right back the next day.
We know about Minnesota winters. They came out here for that. I mean, they wanted you. Yeah, that's exactly. I would have did it all. You came out here in the winter? Okay.
Right.
Exactly. So that was easy for me. Like, you doing that, you showing that type of love. So I know you're there for me outside of basketball. If we put the basketball away, he's there for me. He wants me to be a better person. So it was a no-brainer for me.
That's good. It's deeper than basketball, especially in this day and age, man. With everything that's kind of going on, it's like everything's new now when it comes to college. Yeah. Speaking of that, how do you feel about the whole NIL deals, transferring? What's your opinion on all of that?
Yeah, I mean, as a player, if the coach can do it, why can't the players do it? Yeah. So,
they've been doing it for years. I mean, they make millions off the kids. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you watched, I watched mad documentaries. So, the Fab Five, I know your pops probably watched it, the Fab Five documentary.
I'm familiar with it, yeah.
Like, just looking at that, like, you see Chris Webber and them dudes, like, they couldn't even afford a meal, but they're selling their merch all through the stores and the college campuses. So, it's like, I get that for sure. So you kind of just
I'm kind of all for it. I feel like if like the coaches can obviously get up and leave 1 year, like why can't the players do it?
Right.
But I mean, I think there need to be restrictions on guys transferring 6 different times.
Okay, talk about that. Why you say that?
I feel like it got to be some type of extent.
I agree.
Like you get like 2, maybe like if you start D1, you get like 2 or 3. But if you're a lower level going up, then you can always work your way up to the top. Like I feel like you can't hold that against someone if you're going from D2 to then D1 mid major, and then you get a high major offer. Like that's life changing money. You can't take that away from someone.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what you see a lot. Like you see so much stuff like when it came out, I was all for it, and then you see stuff about like dudes not playing games because they're not getting certain money, and it's like it's so weird. I saw one, I forgot what school it was. A player was like suing the coach or something because the coach promised a certain amount of money.
Oh, wow.
The money didn't come, and there was like a lawsuit. And I'm
the football player?
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I'm
about,
like, what is going on? So I mean, yeah, like you said, it needs to be some type of restrictions. But like you said, they've been doing this for eons, since ever, hundreds of years. Let's be honest. Sports have been around for almost 100 years now. So they've been doing that, eating off players' backs, eating off their likeness for a long time. So I like it, but like you said, there needs to be some type of restriction.
Yeah, it gotta be some type of restriction.
Because it's like, is it about the game or is it about? It's almost like to the point where they're not like they are college athletes, but when the way this NIL stuff is, it's like they're not. You see what type of money they're making. You want a kid who literally was making nothing last year you want him just to be a standout student. This dude's getting $200K for whatever, and he's projected to go. It's kind of like the new. I ain't gonna say like NBA, but it's like. It's professional sports at this point. It seems like to me. Yeah. So
it's no longer amateur sports, really.
I don't know no amateurs getting paid like that.
Right. And then talking more about process. So you have an agent right now, and so how did your agent? Because you had mentioned agents when you were talking about the whole portal system. But yeah, what is the role of the agent in this, and how has your agent helped you in this?
Yeah, I think it's like very, very beneficial to get to the next level if you want to obviously play at that next level. So I got my agent before the start of my sophomore year, obviously knowing I wanted to try to level up if I had a good year. So like throughout the whole year, he can be in contact with schools already. So then it makes it easier for me. Like I'm already on coaches' radars and see if I'll even fit into their obviously system and stuff like that. So he was talking to all types of schools for me, and he was telling me who's really interested, where they're at with me, how high I am on their roster. He can also know like how much money a team has. So like maybe like I don't go to a school because I'm one of the lowest paid. So I mean obviously I'm not going to play because it's a business.
Right.
So he wanted me to go somewhere where I'm going to play. And obviously you get a decent amount of money to play the game you love. So I feel like the agent can only help you. It can never really hurt you.
What came down to like your decisions and like choosing your actual agent? You know, like it's a lot of athletes who, you know, they're probably watching this. They're probably going to be in your footsteps, you know, going through that process. So like what came in the process of you choosing your actual agent?
Yeah, I feel like you got to do always your own research on everyone and do like a deep dive on them. And the agency I'm signed to, he's like started like the agency. He Guy Anthony Davis like when he was real young. So like he even started like since he was 14, like the owner of Weave it's called. And then my assistant coach, the agent I'm like signed to and stuff like that, they're like childhood friends and stuff like that. I like so have so much trust in my assistant, and he just put me in the right direction. And then we got on Zoom calls, talked to my family, and it was easy from there.
Just built that relationship. Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
because I know my bad. I know a lot of times, you know, you hear about agents and, you know, money managers, whatever, like stealing, robbing athletes, especially young athletes who don't know what's going on. So it's like you making that essential decision. That's vital for sure.
Yeah. And then how frequently were you in contact with your agent during the transfer portal process?
Oh, during the transfer portal, it was every day, probably every 20 minutes. The new school telling them, and he's giving me advice like maybe we don't want this one. Or he's just giving me advice and leading me in the right direction and trying to obviously put a good voice in my ear to see where I want to go ultimately.
Right. So putting them to work during that portal, huh?
Yeah, they busy during this time. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, fantastic college career so far. We wish the best of luck to you going forward. But we want to touch on some more about playing with your brother, right? Mm-hmm. So you played with him in high school and in college, and then your dad coached you. So just talk about being so close to your family while you get to play the sport that you love and what that's been like for you.
Yeah, I can't complain. It was always fun growing up playing in my dad's program. We always traveled the world, traveled the country, got to play against the best of the best. And then when I got to the age where I could finally play with my brother for 1 year, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. That's like something you dream of doing, obviously, and then making it to the state tournament. So I couldn't complain. And then he got hurt in college the past 2 years, so it was unfortunate we couldn't play this year and the last year, but I couldn't complain.
Shout out to him though, for sure.
Shout out to him for sure. So speaking of just a family, man, we always ask people typically up here like their village. You know, everybody has a village. It sounds like, you know, Pops is definitely heavily involved in that. Describe like your family village, like kind of your support system, man.
Yeah, I kind of got a tight circle. Obviously, mom, dad, brother, and I got a little brother, and then basically another brother, AJ. So obviously, them five is like we're really close, really tight. Mom keeps the house down, makes my breakfast, does everything when I'm at the crib. Pops, basketball, everything, support system. So like I got a good support system to go where I want. And then my little bro, he obviously strives to be like us. And then my big brother played Division I, so that pushed me to try to get to Division I level. So just trying to pave the blueprint for everyone else. So.
No, it's definitely gonna be good. I know your family gonna be excited to watch you. You know what I'm saying? Play there next year, this upcoming year. So we'll be watching for sure. So.
Yeah, get to visit Arkansas in the winter.
Yeah.
Well, Dad might be coaching. I don't know. Dad might have a little tougher time. But okay, so reflecting back so far, who's some tough comp that you played? So give us one of the toughest teams you've played. It could be high school or college, and then give us one of the toughest players you've matched up against, or just was in the same game with. Yeah,
so growing up, I'm always going to say the Spartans or Wisconsin Blizzards. Mm-hmm. And the toughest player going with that was Wisconsin Blizzards, Con Knipple. We used to always play.
He in the league for a reason.
I was going to say. Wow, yeah, you played against him? Yeah, that's
growing up like 4th through 8th grade.
Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that many years? So you were seeing them?
Yeah, every year.
Nice.
Every year.
Is anybody close to that?
Isaiah Harwell, he played at Houston this past year going to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
On 3SSB circuit.
So do you use those matchups to gauge where you're at, or how do you see that? You know, you kind of just play your own game. You don't really get into comparisons.
Yeah, I kind of got away from comparisons once I got out of high school. But obviously in high school, you try to compare yourself to where everyone else is at. But I feel like that is nothing for you. Like those guys are going to where they're going. You're going to go to where you're going to go for a reason. So
it's kind of on your plate.
Yeah, no point.
So, like, how you? What's your thoughts on this upcoming season? Like, what do you feel like? You know, what are you expecting? Now, clearly, you're gonna expect success, but what do you truly? What's like your mindset walking into this season, going to Arkansas, say transferring, being a Minnesota kid? You know, that's down south. There might be people trying to say certain things or have certain. What's up, Minnesota? All types of stuff. So, what's your mentality going there?
Same mentality. I had to go to Augustana, Player of the Year, All American, all that type of stuff. Same accolade. Especially with the coaching staff that they put this belief in me. There's no reason I can't do the same thing I did there at the next level. It's just basketball to me at the end of the day.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely forgot to mention that earlier with your stats. You were Player of the Year in your conference, and you were an All-American. So congrats on those things.
Thank you.
For sure.
For sure. We got a couple more, man. First, what's like some pregame music you listen to? What's like your pregame? You got a playlist? You have an artist you got to listen to before the game, or how do you go about that?
Not necessarily. I just put on my playlist and YoungBoy comes up a lot.
He said a lot. Just for the record.
I hear that a lot. YoungBoy he's a hot commodity now with the with the younger generation for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, he's lasting longer than I thought he would, but maybe that's the strength of his fan base. I don't know. I ain't want to disrespect your artist like that. But
so, do you support Minnesota professional teams? I know you talked about the Wolves a little bit. Shout out to my Wolves, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I'm just a neutral. Like if they lose, so it's whatever.
How about football? NFL? Same for all sports?
Same for all sports. All sports. But Timberwolves got to higher up because I enjoy watching basketball, so I root for them in the playoffs.
Exactly.
For sure.
And then you got a favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete, McKinley Wright.
Oh, that's a low-key one.
Yeah, I was going to say, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Point guard with
Champlain
Park, right?
Yeah.
And then you went to Colorado State.
Yeah.
And I think he played for the Wolves
for a little bit. Yeah, he played for a little bit. I remember he was at the Pro-Am, too, at Mini High Academy a couple years ago. I saw him there, too. So he was playing for a little bit.
McKinley Wright.
This is something we ask everybody here. It could be boy or girl. It could be whatever sport. Who are your top 5 Minnesota athletes to come out of Minnesota?
I got Jalen Suggs, Chet, McKinley, Theo John, and Trey Holloman.
Trey Holland. Theo John. Who's Theo John? Put me on.
Yeah, I was
he played at Champlain.
Okay.
He went to Duke.
What year was he?
Same class as McKinley.
Same class? Okay.
Same class.
I'm not familiar with him. Everybody else definitely familiar with. Yeah, Minnesota's, we have this thing where we always talk about it. Because, when we were in high school, it was like, we're like a wrestling state. We're hockey state.
Right.
I think we're a basketball state now. So a lot of people have been saying that when you look at the league right now, we got like actual starters in the NBA throughout, you know what I'm saying, who actually play ball in Minnesota. So it's good you said those names. Those names kind of stand out when you said that, for sure. So kind of in closing, what's your advice to like young athletes, who potentially will be in the same position as you, transferring, everything? Like, what's your like just words of advice to athletes when they're trying to strive and reach that next level?
Yeah, I just say don't compare yourself to anyone. I feel like compare yourself is a thief of joy. Everyone's going to have their own path. I feel like there's 1,000 ways to get to the top. Ultimately, there's only one view. So, like, everyone's going to get there, but we all looking down at the same thing. We all striving to be, obviously, an NBA player or a professional if you're in this profession. So, I feel like there's no point in even comparing yourself to others. I feel like that's why I got carried away in high school, trying to be like all the high major guys. And then, obviously, now I'm right there with them, so it didn't even matter. It's just my time came a little later.
During that time, that kind of bothered you when you said you kind of got caught up in that? Like when you're looking up and you're reading things and you're like, he's ranking higher than me. I killed this dude all summer. I killed him all summer. Was it situations like that almost?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it like bothered me necessarily, but always like, why ain't I putting questions like, why me? Why not me? And then it's like, there's no point. Like,
and a lot of that stuff, like we talked about a little bit off camera, it's just pure politics and favoritism. Yeah. Like, I know a lot of these dudes that make the list and do, shout out to them. I know they've been doing their thing, whatever the case is, but I always told kids, like, that's why we try not to we just shout out the kids who we feel like don't get enough love and we put them on the radar. That's our main thing. We don't even try to do the ranking and comparison. Like, I rank him above him and him above him. We just want to show light to the people who don't get no love at all, because as you know, we cover like a lot of the inner city games, and we're at these games for 2 years now, and like now we see like, they only want to come out to this inner city game when they're playing this powerhouse suburban school. Meanwhile, there's some inner city real good competition, and like they don't get no love for that. So I'm glad you kind of said that, because that's one thing that we try to strive to do, just to make sure like the kids who ain't getting no love, who should be getting love, is getting that exposure. So you was actually one of the first people that we covered for that, because we like look at your number, we like, what?
He wasn't even in the city, but it was still like,
you got to state, but like literally, like what he said, it's like we're looking at the stats, we're looking at everybody else, we're like, how come this kid's not getting mentioned nowhere? So
just get overshadowed by the guys that already put their stuff out there in the beginning years, and now they committed high majors. So it's kind of, you got to work 10 times harder to even get in that conversation with them.
Honestly, like you said, like not comparing yourself to others is essential, because that could kill your confidence and bother you. You won't be you'll be focusing on that whole time. You're missing hours at the gym. Your mental not right. You're not even preparing for stuff right. So shout out to you. I know your pops probably had some influence on that as well. Your village, your whole village. So shout out to you for kind of staying focused, giving that tunnel vision, because that's needed, especially in today's world. Like, y'all got social media,
crazy world.
Y'all got so many distractions. It's not like when we were in high school. The opportunities not the same. Technology's not the same. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, these kids, they're spoiled, they're entitled, whatever the case is. I said, you don't have that many people watching you like how they watch you. Social media is like this phone. It's like, it's the craziest thing ever. It could be your upbringing or your downfall. So glad to hear that.
Comparison is the thief of joy, ladies and gentlemen. he said it. He said it's beautiful.
That is a fact.
You got any words or anything to close on?
Nah, I just appreciate y'all for having me. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming through.
Appreciate you for coming through, man, for sure.
That's another one. See y'all later.
Out.
You can hit that button one more time.